Growing up in the 70s and 80s, we were given a lot of freedoms. We were able to leave our homes in the morning on our bicycles. We would be gone all day. Our parents would have no idea where we were or what we were up to, and we would only return when it would get dark, when the streetlights would come on. Looking back, that's kind of crazy. We did not wear helmets or seat belts. We played on ridiculously high playground equipment. If we would fall off of it, we would break our arms and our legs. There were a lot of things that were very dangerous, and our parents didn't seem to care. I think it's because they were ignorant of the dangers. They would fill up rooms with secondhand smoke. I made a video about how dog worshippers are reversing the trend of making our communities safer. Gradually, with time, things have been getting safer for children. As people become more aware of the dangers of certain things, we modify our behaviors and we make things safer for our children. We like to think that we care about our children, but do we? I saw this video and I was shocked. I had to share this with you. I think this video exemplifies what my channel is all about. About exposing this blatant cultural disregard for children, for children's safety. I'm not saying things were better back in the day when I was growing up. In a lot of ways, things are better today. But I can tell you one thing for sure. If a dog came this close to ripping a child's face off, the grown-ups in the vicinity of this scenario would have dropped what they were doing, would have quit talking about whatever they were talking about amongst themselves. Everyone's attention would have been drawn immediately to the dog, to what had just happened. What would have happened is this dog would have been immediately removed from the scene, and it probably would have been taken behind a barn somewhere and shot. And this is because back then, when I was growing up, people knew the value of children. People knew that a child's life is infinitely more valuable than a dog's life. People knew that dogs and children are not comparable. First of all, a dog that was selectively bred to be an efficient killer, a dog bred for blood sport, would not have been anywhere near children. Because our parents knew better. They recognized that dogs are predators and that they are unpredictable regardless of how they are raised. I know that a lot of dog owners are going to see this video and they're going to say, "Oh, this is terrible. That dog is clearly untrained and the children are behaving poorly around the dog. They're not treating it right and they're going to get attacked," because this happens because children are being bombarded constantly through cartoons and movies, clothing, toothbrushes. Paw Patrol merchandise is everywhere. I'm going to make a video soon. I'm going to walk you through Walmart. I'm going to show you how Paw Patrol, this cartoon that depicts dogs as loving superheroes, not superheroes, firefighters, first responders, police officers, as heroes, let's say, right? They put this Paw Patrol imagery on toothpaste, on clothing, on tents, like children's camping chairs. I've seen it on everything. It's unbelievable. So we are programming our children to believe that dogs are heroes, that they are loving. So what do you think children are going to do when they see dogs? They're going to try and pet the dogs. They're going to try to give the dogs love. They're going to try to play with the dogs. They're not thinking, oh, this dog is going to hurt me, because dogs are firefighters. Firefighters won't hurt me. Heroes won't hurt me. This is what we are programming our children to believe. People think that when dogs attack children, it's because the children provoked the dog in some way. When most reports you will read of children being attacked by dogs explain how the children were minding their own business. In most cases, children were paying no attention to the dog. They were just walking down the street, or playing with their toys, or sitting in their bouncy chair, or they were sleeping in their crib. They were stepping off the school bus. They were walking to school. They were waiting for the school bus. They were riding their bike, paying no attention to the dog, when the dog chased them down and ripped them apart. Why is this not common knowledge? Why are videos like this one that try to raise awareness of this horror show that is unfolding on a daily basis downvoted? Why are people like me, who are delivering this message, sharing these facts and these statistics, bombarded with hate and death threats? Anyway, I just wanted to share this video with you because it showcases the stupidity of dog owners and the lack of concern for our children that are going to grow up and uphold this society. We should be cherishing our children and investing in them, protecting them. They are the ones that are going to be running the show in a few years. And yet we treat them like garbage. We treat them as if they have less value than instinct-driven, remorseless, conscienceless predators that lack the ability to judge right from wrong, that lack the ability to feel guilt or remorse or love. It is a horror show. This is a nightmare. How no one flinched, how none of these adults seemed to care that this child nearly lost his face. They just carry on casually, like this is normal. I can't believe my eyes when I see this video. So I thought you should be aware of this. This cannot continue. This is crazy. This is just so insane that I can't even find words anymore to describe this widespread insanity. And yet we are viewed as the crazy ones for objecting to this unnecessary risk. People talk as if dogs are necessary, as if we need dogs in our communities. They compare dog attacks to car accidents, and they'll argue that you have a greater chance of being killed by a car, and they will mock you and laugh at you and say, should we ban cars then? The difference is, without vehicles, we would not be able to get our food delivered to us. People wouldn't be able to get to work and earn a living. We need to drive. We need cars in our society. You have a greater chance of dying from a bee sting. How are you going to, ban bees? We need bees to pollinate our crops. What are you going to do? You have a greater chance of dying in a cataclysmic storm. Are you going to ban storms? What can you do about that? All these things people come up with, and it's so stupid. It's like saying, well, you have a greater chance of dying from cancer than you do from murder. Therefore, why should we ban murder? What? Do these people not hear themselves speak? They are being ridiculous. I can't believe that they seriously think these are valid arguments. Anyways, I feel like I'm just repeating myself on this channel. I just often find myself saying the same things over and over again. But I thought you should see this video. I thought you should be made aware of how stupid and ignorant and callous and uncaring people are nowadays. It's shocking and it's depressing. And I'm convinced that this cannot continue. I feel that we are witnessing a very weird global phenomenon, like people are just under some sort of spell that's really scary. I compare it to a zombie apocalypse. It's like everyone is in a cult, and when you confront them with this, they of course deny it, like cult members do. I'm sure that some of these people recognize how sick their behaviors are, how sick their cult is, but they don't speak up and they are afraid to leave the cult. This is what you see with cults. If you haven't seen the documentary called, what is it called? I watched it on Netflix. Holy Hell. It's about a cult, and people within the cult were being abused by the cult leader. There was a lot of sickness going on, but people were afraid to speak up because they were under this mind control, this spell. And I want to focus more on how to help people come out of this brainwashing, how to help people leave cults, because this is what we're dealing with. And the psychology behind it is very complicated. Using reason and logic to try and get through to these people is pointless. I'm realizing that. And I make these videos to hopefully reach people who are not yet, that far gone that, it's impossible to reach them. I think there are some dog owners even that are not in this cult. I used to be a dog owner, and I'm going to make a video very soon about my journey from being a dog lover to a dog rationalist. I think that's something that we need to look at more. Thank you for watching. Please share my videos. We need to wake people up because children are dying. And if they're not dying, they are becoming disfigured daily. If they're not becoming disfigured, they are suffering from anxiety and depression. They are self-harming. They are turning to substance abuse and suicide because culturally we are elevating dogs to a status that is above children. We are making children less valuable than shit-eating predatory carnivores that don't love because they can't love, they're essentially sociopaths. I mean, this is crazy. This whole dog worship phenomenon is insane beyond words, and people are slowly beginning to wake up. I have people commenting on my channel regularly, telling me how happy they are to have found my channel, thanking me for opening their eyes. The future is dog-free because this trend of endangering our children cannot continue. If it does continue, there will be no future for humanity. I'll see you all soon in the next video.